Alright guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my new series here on Qatar.tv called Wait What? Which is basically me looking back through the archives of old Liverpool FC news articles that made us go, what the fuck at the time, alright? And I've got a classic for you today. Now before I get into it, I just want to thank those of you that do take the time to comment my videos, thumbs up my video, even thumbs down, it's classed as one view, one engagement, right? When it's quiet, which it has been since the transfer window closed, it doesn't motivate me. When I see you guys in there, a bit of life on the channel, I'm like, yeah, I really need to churn some content out, all right? So thanks to you guys that do that. I know some of you are driving and some of you are watching on Fire Sticks that make it difficult to comment and whatnot. But when you can, just drop in and leave me a comment. Let me know how you're doing. All right, guys, nice one. So today, are you ready for this one? Oh, I remember this like fucking yesterday. Tuesday, the 5th of July, 2005. 20 fucking years ago, 20 years ago. Oh, the meltdown that we had on the members website that day. Oh, I bet I could find it as well. I should have thought about that. This is the headline. I want to leave Anfield, Gerrard. Who remembers this? Steven Gerrard has told Liverpool he wants to leave Anfield after turning down a new £100,000 a week contract. The 25-year-old captain, the 25-year-old captain made his move after Liverpool rejected a £32 million bid from Premiership champions Chelsea. Stephen has told us he will not accept our offer of an improved and extended contract because he wants to leave, a Liverpool club statement read. Gerrard also issued a statement which said, "This has been the hardest decision I have ever had to make." He added, "I fully intended to sign a new contract after the Champions League final, but the events of the past 5 to 6 weeks have changed all that. I have too much respect for the club and people at it to get involved in a slagging match." Reports from Anfield suggest the club will not allow Gerrard to leave until he has submitted a formal transfer request. Gerrard delivered the news to Liverpool chief executive Rick Parry via his agent Struan Marshall. And Parry reflected, "The club has to be bigger than any individual. It's the ups and downs of football. Now we have to move on. We have done our best, but he has made it clear he wants to go, and I think it looks pretty final." The Anfield chief was left disappointed after Gerrard's decision to leave, just a year after persuading the midfielder that the club could match his ambitions. "We sat down with him last summer and we understood his frustrations. It was all to do with perceived lack of success. We said, stick with it and see what we achieve. And we thought we achieved quite a lot. What better sign is there that the club is going in the right direction?" The winning the Champions League is what he means. "He wanted success and presumably felt he would get success elsewhere. It is our job to prove him wrong." That's fucking fighting talk from Rick Parry, isn't it? I don't remember that at all. "I did say to him, think of Istanbul, think of the fans." Gerrard has 2 years left on his current contract, which is worth a reported £60,000 a week. He was in talks with the club to extend that deal by a further 2 years until Monday, when his agent announced that negotiations were ending and were unlikely to be reopened. That apparently came because Gerrard felt his boyhood club had not placed enough of a priority on the talks. Later on Monday, Gerrard had a meeting with Chief Executive Parry and Chairman David Moores, who made a last-ditch offer of £100,000 per week to keep their captain at Anfield. They were told he would go away and sleep on the deal, but he told Parry on Tuesday he wanted to leave. By then, Chelsea had already made their move, which is now set to become only the start of a bidding war between the London club and Spanish giants Real Madrid. Madrid confirmed their interest on Tuesday, but said he would have to put in an official transfer request before they got involved. Gerrard's confirmation that he did indeed want out would be sure to bring the Bernabeu club to the negotiating table. The previous British record buy was set at £29.1 million when Manchester United bought Rio Ferdinand from Leeds in 2002. What a fucking traitor. Who goes, right, from Leeds United to Manchester United? You just don't do that, all right? I know there's a couple of them did, but, oh, hey, man. Maybe if you don't understand all that politics between those clubs and War of the Roses and all that, you know what I mean? Parry added, "I don't imagine it is just going to be one club bidding for Gerrard. It is only one day, although one day makes a big difference in negotiations, as we have seen. Yeah, fucking drama. I don't remember that. I remember the incident. I remember they were burning fucking Gerrard shirts on TV. I never believe it. Well, sometimes, I don't know, you've got to be suspicious. You know, when these TV crews are like, oh, we've just found a football supporter burning a Gerrard shirt or burning an Isak shirt and all that. It's a bit convenient, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Who remembers that? Do you remember? If you're a young fan, you might not remember, but do you remember that as being part of our history, that happened? You know what I mean? Steven Gerrard, obviously one of the club's greatest ever players. You know, people talk about Dalglish and Gerrard, you know, between them. Personally, I think John Barnes, just saying. But no, because Dalglish, I just started supporting Liverpool really as a young boy when Dalglish was hanging up his boots, really. He was player manager. So I didn't see Dalglish really, do you know what I mean? So Gerrard, absolutely brilliant, but I grew up with, you know, the likes of Ian Rush and John Barnes and Peter Paisley and Aldridge and Grobbelaar and, you know, Alan Hansen, and I could go on and on and on, such brilliant players, but like John Barnes was, as when I was a kid, was my fucking hero, without a doubt. Yeah, but I remember at the time, you know, Gerrard saying he didn't feel loved by Liverpool, and that's like, that attitude there from Rick Parry, it sounded a bit prickly, didn't it? It didn't sound like, well, we're going to, you know, like, oh, we really want him to stay. It was kind of like, well, you know, the club's got to go forward, which we all know that. This was Steven fucking Gerrard, though, wasn't it? I don't remember Rick Parry sticking boat in like that. Do you? And honestly, we would have been on the members' website back then. Fucking hell, 20 years ago, did I say? Was it 20 years, wasn't it? Yeah, of course, yeah, 20 years. So I was 31, not stone, 31 years of age. Fucking hell. We need to do a follow-up to that, don't we? You know, the U-turn. Imagine how it could have gone. It's probably one of the biggest news stories, I think, or incidents concerning the club in all the time I've done Cop Talk, which is, what, nearly 3 decades now. It was massive at the time. Massive. I don't think now, I don't know if anyone could agree with me on this or not. Please do, you know, give me your feedback here. But could there be another, you know, like if you look at the existing Liverpool squad, as Rafa Benitez would say, squad, for sure. Could you, if anyone, you know, could anyone stun you in that squad now, like that could? There's only one Steven Gerrard. I don't think there's been a player bigger than Steven Gerrard as there's since Steven Gerrard. You know, the local connection, the skipper. You know, I'll never forget him, you know, coming on as a young lad. What a player. What a player. And also, when he retired, or when he left the club, should I say, you know, it was, at the time, it was very much like, how are we going to cope now? You know, we've always had that belief, or well, I don't know, it depends on your age maybe, but certainly my age group, we've always had that belief of, you know, players coming, you know, we've seen players like Ian Rush go, John Barnes leave, and the club will move forward. You know, we've had this where, you know, other star players like Coutinho and Suarez and stuff, people, fuck them, you know, the club will always go forward. But sometimes easier said than done, right? But I remember, you know, we were very nervous at the time when Gerrard, you know, had to leave, if you like, you know, that stage of his career. Like, what will we do? Will we cope without Gerrard? Because Liverpool really, you know, I think some people forget, obviously, again, it depends on your age, how fucking good we are now in terms of squad depth and stuff like that. Because, to be honest with you, back then, maybe I'm saying this flippantly, but it only felt like we had a handful of good players, if that makes sense. There were good players, but not like the players we have now. Maybe that's a bit harsh, I don't know. I'd have to look at a team from back then, and you know, we did win, you know, the Champions League. I get that, but there were some players in that team that I would never get in the current Liverpool team. So anyway, there you go. There's my what? Holy shit! If any of you got any suggestions, you know, that you'd like me to look up and go over, we'll do that. Yeah. All right, guys. You know, fortunately, he didn't go, did he? And he stayed with Liverpool, unlike that traitor Trent. All right, guys. I'm not sure you enjoyed the video, but if you appreciate the video, please thumbs up the video. Please drop me a comment. You can support the channel by clicking on the, what's it called? The super thanks, the love heart under the video. That's my you know, my little like I love you dunk button. Basically says get yourself a pint or a coffee. I always give a shout out to anyone that does that on my morning briefings on my other YouTube channel, the Duncan Oldham channel, the link of which is in the video description below, and it's also on the screen around about now. You can also become a channel member as well if you click on join, and you don't get anything extra for it really. It just means you're a legend and that you're walking with me. All right, you'll see a football next to people in the comments that are channel members. Yeah, they're my peoples, man, and they make it all possible. All right, guys, nice one. Speak to you in a bit. All right.